surfing is a highly commodified, and we can walk downtown on Forest Avenue and see the Hobie shop. We can see Rip Curl and Ian Gotcha and all of the different stores that merchandise the experience. But in the 1940s and the years post-war years, and through the 1950s until surfing became suddenly magnified on the national scene with the Hollywood surfploitation movies like Gidget. Before that, it was this very simple homegrown thing. Many of us made our boards in those days, and their Hobie and Dale Velzy here in Orange County were among the very, very first to commercially manufacture boards. And they were still hand-shaped out of wood in those days, balsa wood. The sport wasn't what it is today. This was a tiny sport. In all of California, there might have been 400 surfers. Might have been. I'm not sure of that. There's no way to know, but certainly not much more than that. And that may be an exaggeration. We were blessed in Laguna with a couple of good surfing beaches. Brick Street was one, and we had San Onofre to the south, Doheny and San Onofre. I lived 5 houses away from Hobie Altar, and just on the beach, and we had, exposure to what was then the very beginnings of a strong element of surfing subculture. It was designed really in Hawaii. Over here in the 1920s and 30s, when there was Hawaiians came to California and brought surfing with them, it took off. It was kind of a natural, I think. Yeah. There was no media as there is today. We didn't have a surfing magazine or a surfing movie, or there was nothing, just the Hawaiian experience. And 2 or 3 people from Southern Orange County made the effort to go to Hawaii and become surfers over there. Whitey Harrison from Dana Point, and Lauren Harrison. Pete Peterson from Los Angeles. First Californians really to go over and bring back an element of Hawaiian style. And Peanuts, George Larson, Zimmerman Larson, was another one. That was early individuals who had so much interest in what was going on there that anything they didn't know they made up for themselves and created this kind of nascent surf culture in Southern California. And Larson was famous for having ridden the biggest wave anybody had ever seen in California at one point in the late 1930s. And he capitalized in essence on that, not commercially, but culturally. He was quite well known for that. A single photograph taken by the first surf photographer was Doc Ball, a dentist whose nephew and I grew up together. And that was the first surfing book that was ever published that had, other than maybe a couple of folio versions of photographs that had been taken in Hawaii in the early years of the 20th century, late 19th, early 20th century. I think that was the very first photographic essay that had been done on surfing at that time by Doc Ball, published in 1946. We used to look at this book and marvel, photographs of surfers, with the cameras we had available, brownies and Kodaks with folding bellows. And the capacity to be able to take a surfing photograph really was pretty minimal.